Welcome. This is Mr. Contreras, and I hope you enjoy your tutorial for the Junior Guitar Performance Program. Let's get stuck right into this, guys. You should have by now received your notifications, okay? Whether they're paper, digital, and or both. And remember, you're gonna have a copy in your Google Classrooms, which I'll go through in a little bit later on. But just so you know, it's under classwork. So find your class, wherever it may be, go under classwork, and you should have everything organized by terms. So we're gonna go term 1, guitar, if that's suitable, and you're gonna click in there and you'll find your notification, all there, good to go. Remember, some of these aspects of this tutorial may change as the years go by, but we will always continue modifying, improving, evolving this, and it'll keep getting better and better for you. Okay, so don't worry if one or two things are a little bit different. The crux of it, or the main part of it, is the same. Let's begin. Check that your date is correct. So you will have a date after this here. The something of the something 2000 and something. Double check that, and the reason that it's not written on this notification is because every class has a different date, different timetable with class. Okay, so this will be due when you regularly have class in week 6. That's when it's due. Okay, so just check that date in your specific notification that I would have printed for you, and make sure that's in your calendar or your diary. Now, what does a guitar performance mean? Well, let's have a look. It is performance, so you're going to be playing in front of other people. That's obvious. But don't worry, no performance anxiety, no triggers, just relax. We're going to ease you into it, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that, but it's just a relaxed environment. Plus, we're awesome here, guys. We're a family, educational family. Your classmates are going to be really nice and supportive. No one judges, including myself. We're here to help. So just have a good time and relax. Enjoy this part of your learning because it's practical, okay? So what do we got to do? Well, look, I've highlighted for you. You got to play on guitar, any piece of music that you'd like, okay? We're going to cover a few pieces in class. This is an in-class task. You don't have to take it home with you. If you want to practice on your own at home and get better marks, sure. Or improve at home, of course, if you work harder, you're going to do better. But you are not expected to take this home. This is all covered in class, so relax, okay? You got this. Now, you can do it in groups of 2 or 3, or you can do it solo. Now, I recommend solo because here's what happens if you go in groups. If you decide to go in groups, it's your own choice. You chose it. No one can force you to do it. So you cannot come back and please complain to me later. Sir, please, this person isn't cutting it. They're not putting their weight. They're not here. They never rehearse. Why did you pick a group? Okay? Again, I'm all for teamwork and you having fun and playing with your friends, but please pick the right people if you're going to do a group, maximum 2 to 3. Make sure they're not just your friends, but there's someone you can depend on that works just as hard as you, if not harder, and that you know will be there on the day, and then will be there for rehearsals if you choose to rehearse outside of class time, okay? You're responsible on that day for presenting, so even if part of your group is absent, you still got to play. You're not getting out of it. If your group is 3 people and you're the only one on the day, well, guess what? You're doing it solo. That's why I recommend you do it actually on your own solo. It also helps because if you're doing very well and you blast away and do amazing work and you put in the hours of practice, you're going to get an average mark for the whole group, okay? And that may not be reflected in your awesome effort, okay? And or vice versa. So please have a long and hard think about this before you decide to jump into groups. I highly recommend you go solo. It is your choice though. I'm here to support your learning and facilitate the process, okay? We'll talk about roles in a second, but basically you can either do melody or chords, which I'll explain again in just a second, and you can play any style or genre, okay? Punk, rock, rap, jazz, classical, punk, rock, Christian, classical, jazz, rap, rock. Whatever you want to play, we support it here. Just make sure that obviously the songs are clean, there's no adult content in them or related, and that there's no swearing in them. But again, you're playing guitar, so that shouldn't be a problem. This is your scaffold on how to complete the task, okay? Basically, attend lessons, practice. You should practice between if you'd like to get the best results, but again, it's not mandatory. So you can come in and rehearse during recess or lunch, and we found that the best groups who got the best marks did that, but you don't have to. There's plenty of time during class to do this. You're not expected to take this out of class, okay? We're going to talk about the differentiation box below, but please do pay attention when that comes up. Please show Sir your work samples, or Miss, depending who's teaching you. Show us your work samples. We want to see how you're going. Do you need any help? Are you doing very well? Can we help you get to the next level? Show us. Don't be shy. Okay? And we'll do a final one, probably week 4 or 5 before week 6. Okay? Now, please remember, when this is due, if you're going to be away for any reason, if you're absent for a legitimate reason, okay? Not the dog ate my cat, who ate my goldfish, who ate my homework the night before, and then the internet died, and ChatGPT blew up. No. You're going to give me a very good reason, like a doctor's certificate, medical appointment, something from home, explaining why you were away in advance, I hope. if you can foresee something going on. It's things like holidays, things like overseas trips, representing sports, anything. Just let us know, please, well ahead of time, and we will arrange a makeup or a scheduled time for this. But if for any reason, heaven forbid, you can't make it on the day due to an emergency, that's okay. That's what Google Classrooms is for. Okay, so find your Google Classrooms class, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. Go to classwork, go to Term 1 Guitar, and then you can submit it right there and turn it in like our awesome students in the past have done. Their videos are right there. Okay, they've done the right thing. No marks are deducted. Okay, but please do not just ghost me and not rock up and not throw anything in. You don't want to get a 0 for this task and a letter home or a phone call home, please. You want the positive letters home, the positive phone calls home. So please see me before, or your teacher, before you're away, if you know you're going to be away. And if you are going to be away and it's unavoidable, record a short video of yourself performing it and upload that. Okay? Same thing goes for your group. If there's a group member away, ask him or her to please record their part and upload it so I can check it and mark it. All right? Any questions, see me or your teacher, and we'll go from there. Now the fun stuff and the actual practical stuff. What does it look like, sir? All those words, what does it mean? I don't play guitar. I don't know anything about guitar. My parents are musicians. What do we do, sir? Relax, breathe, I got you. Basically, you've got an easy, medium, and hard column. 3 columns, or challenge, okay? You're going to pick 1 from each row for a total of 4 boxes, okay? So if you've got 4 boxes, you've completed this task, and it's 1 box from each row. Very important, from each row, okay? So let's go bit by bit. Row 1 is song choice. If you want to keep it easy, choose from a class list. I'm going to provide you all the songs that you need in class, and there's a list in your study guide, so you don't have to look anywhere else. Easy. If you want a bit more of a challenge, let's go to level 2. Choose a song that you might like. A pop song, a rock song, any song you like, we accept it as long as there's no explicit content. You can do any song you'd like. And before you go, oh, but sir, you know, this artist that just came out, they don't play guitar, there's no guitar on this song. Doesn't matter. Every song on earth has chords or at least a bass line or some type of harmony. I can help you. We can help you find the chords to that song. Definitely help you out if you're willing to put in the work. So bring your song to us and we'll do the best that we can to help you learn any song you like. Also check out your resources like YouTube and Ultimate Guitar. Ultimate Guitar tab has the best and most comprehensive library on earth. Check them out. We'll talk about them in a bit, okay? Finally, level 3, the hardest. If you want to come up with your own original song, you've got something you want to, compose or something you've been working on, fantastic. Show me some ideas, some samples, I'll give you a hand. You can perform your own song that you came up with, okay? So choose your own adventure, all right? Now, this is probably the biggest part that plays a role in your mark, the technique, how well you play. Enough of me blabbing, let's hear me actually playing and demoing some of this for you. Enjoy the demo, let's go. So, welcome to the actual demonstration. Here's what we're going to do. Build it from bottom to top. The very most basic, easy level you could possibly think of, up until as hard as you want to go. Okay, so to pass the task, play us a simple 1-fingered melody. This is what it would look like. A riff or a melody is kind of the same thing for this task. So it's something we did in class, like Smoke on the Water. Something like that. Okay. Hopefully you're using fingering, proper fingering, but we'll forgive you if you're doing the newbie thing with 1, okay? Keep it simple, go slow. Any melody that we covered, anything you want, as long as it's an actual melody from somewhere or a riff. And so how do we make that go for 30 seconds? Well, easy, copy paste it, play it 3-4 times, okay? And that's the point that we're talking about here. The song duration. You need to go for a set length. So if you can learn 10 seconds of a melody or a riff, play it 3 times, and there's your 30 seconds. Technically, you could play it 6 times, and there's your 1 minute, okay? Obviously, please don't bore us and the class by playing the most basic slow riff you can imagine 20, 30 times to try and get 2 minutes. No, please try your best, do your best, but that's an easy, quick little hack that you can use to get the length of the song up. So that's level 1, playing a little melody somewhere, okay? 1 finger, 1 string, easy. Now, from there, you can obviously get more complicated melodies. And whatever else you want to do, if you already play guitar, you can complicate the heck out of it. It's your choice. So that's what I'm talking about. When you do all of that, that is what you can choose when you go into this area here, okay? You can choose any of the list, but make it as hard or as easy as you'd like. It is your choice. But generally speaking, if you don't play guitar, go simple and start with that, okay? Now, if you move on to level 2, you'll see that we have chords there, okay? Now for chords, different ballgame. Chords can start as simple as a one string, one finger thing like this. Okay, that's a simple chord. Here's another simple chord. Okay, so if my song had 2 chords, okay, I could play, ready? 2, 3, let's go band. 3, 4, 2, 3, switch chords. 2, 3, 4, and play in time and play it well, okay? That's what it sounds like. It shouldn't sound... Okay, keep it simple, keep it sounding lovely. That's... Okay, and that's what I mean, in chords. Here it is, that's chords, okay? Now, just as I mentioned before, the boxes do not limit you, okay? So just because you're in here, don't think that okay, I can only get a C, sir. Yes, generally speaking, this is what C's look like, these are what B's look like, and A's, but no, actually not. This is why we're doing differentiation, okay? Because you can play a simple melody or riff, but it might not be simple. It could be quite advanced or difficult, even if you don't choose to do level 3. Or the same thing with chords. They could be quite difficult. Okay, so you are not limited. You can still get really good marks as long as you do well and you push yourself within the boxes. On the flip side, ladies and gentlemen, that also means if you try and do melody and chords, but you haven't rehearsed it well and you've put no effort in, and on the day before I'll spend 5 minutes and just, cram it, and then the next day, hopefully I'll do well. No, because you can attempt to play this hard level, but if you don't play it well, if you play it all buzzy and clingy like I just played it a second ago, it's not going to sound nice. Yeah, if that's your best attempt, and yes, you were attempting a level 3, but that will not guarantee your A. I'm sorry, but that's not an A performance. Okay, so I'm not trying to scare you away from this. I want you to try and get as high as you can. Okay, but just remember that if you're, if this is as hard as you can go, or if this is as hard as you can go, don't worry. Give it your best shot. Okay, it's about professional judgment too from the teacher. We're looking for effort, not perfection. So give it your best shot and just keep going forward. Okay, so that's what melody on riff and chords look like. Let's keep going. Okay, keep it simple, keep it sounding lovely. That's the goal, okay? Now, once you can master a chord or two, then start doing something with your right hand. Strum it, make it interesting, okay? Same skill level, same chords, but let's add some strumming, something interesting. How about... Okay, that doesn't take a lot of effort, okay? Just takes a bit of creativity. So that's something you can do to improve your chords, okay? There's always differentiation and room for improvement. So don't just sit there content, I can play 2 chords, so try to do something interesting with it, all right? And again, as I just said, that was chords only, just so you know what it sounds like. But you can get a group of your buddies together, play different chords together, or one person can play a melody, one person could do chords. So that almost fulfills this box. And if one person's playing melody, one person's playing chords, and somebody does a bass line, fantastic. It's going to sound really good. That'll push you up. You might even get an A by just doing these 2. Again, you're not limited by the boxes, okay? So think outside the box, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for those of you who may already play guitar, or you've got some level or some advancement, or you like guitar and you're doing better, by all means, change chords. Play any chords you like. Yeah? Maybe show some bar chords, if you know what that means. If not, don't worry. Okay? And once you can switch between chords fluently, those of you who are, extension level, by all means. Play whatever you want to do. Okay? We're not going to limit you. Play any song, anything. Make up your own chords. Make up the order of chords, up to you. Okay? At the end of the day, we want to see you playing chords of some sort. Okay? Don't forget also open chords or power chords. That counts too. And finally, level 3. Can you combine them both? All right, so level 3 means this here, combining melody and chords, okay? So let's do both. And there's easier ways and harder ways to do this. Check it out. You combine a chord with a scale. Now that takes a little bit more work, of course, the jumping in between, but it's not too hard. That's another way of going for that A box, yeah, or the upper B box, yeah? So a chord and a scale, a chord and a scale, okay? Going slow or something along those lines, chords and scales in your guitar, okay? So, for example, simple blues. There's my chords, you can hear it. My scale. Chords. Scale. You get the idea, okay? As long as it's slow, you don't have to play that hard. As long as it's slow, and it's on the money and you're playing in time, that's what matters, okay? Little tip, if you want to try this level, play your chord and don't play it to the end, and then just try to fit in the scale. How about you give yourself some time by going chord, 2, 3, switch, 3, 4, give yourself some time, then play. Because some people think they have to go. That gives you no time. So play the chord, count, and let it go, and get ready for the next one. So get ready before it happens, and vice versa. If instead of playing the scale and then last minute and the quick switch, no. Bum, 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 tying off. Time we go. Time off. And you switch between, okay? But again, if this is going over your head, don't worry. I'm just trying to give everybody an extension, so those who already play guitar have somewhere to go, and those who have never played guitar, well, you've got something to aspire to. That's the point, okay? End of the day, we're not looking for next level, okay? We're looking for your very best. So please give it your best shot. Take the time to watch this video and look at the examples, and then see what you can do in class to get ready for your performance task. Okay, hopefully that made sense. So let's move right along. Now that you know what it looks like, okay, you can then decide your role. Your role means, are you going to do it as part of a group? Are you going to do something intermediate or interesting as part of a group? Or maybe you're going to branch out to do it on your own. And then finally, level 3, the hardest is to do it on your own, but in more risk or in more challenge, there is more reward. And I would highly recommend you do it on your own. We've already talked about why. Okay, absences and people not pulling their weight, and or you shining but then not being able to shine as bright because it's an average mark if you do it as a group. Okay, remember that the group gets an average, everyone gets the same mark. So I recommend you think about that, and again, take my advice, I do it on your own if you can. All right, the last one is length. Okay, 30 seconds minimum, 1 minute, 2 minutes. I don't think I need to re-explain that. That could surely make sense for everybody. Any questions, let me know, but nothing less than 30 seconds. And again, it says 2 minutes or more. So if your song goes for longer, great. Just keep it under 2 hours, please. Okay? I'm joking. Do as long as you like. Okay. Classrooms page is very important. I'm going to put all the work that we can in your Google Classrooms page. So look out for yours, 2024. Make sure you've got into the right class, not the wrong class. This is year 8. And go to classwork, and under there, go to your term topic. It'll be term 1, guitar. And then you'll find resources there, including this video, more study topics, your anything that you need, your unit of work. Okay, there's a million things that will help you out, including YouTube videos, everything that you need to succeed in this task, okay? As well as your study guide. So check it out. This will be done in week 6 for this term, but again, remember, these dates can change, so just double check your notification and the dates that I'm going to give you. You will do it in front of the class, and you will do it in person, so please be ready. And it's your timetabled week 6 music lesson for this round. So check when your music lessons are on for that week. Remember, we do A-B week, so it might change. Be careful. Put in your diary, put in your calendar, in your notes, and you're ready to go. Okay? Teacher talk, 4.1, 4.3. Okay, in case any of your parents are teachers or very interested in what we do, this is your syllabus. Performance indicators out here, your outcomes, and they're both performance, okay, solo or group, etc., etc. All right, and this is how I'm going to mark it, or your teacher will mark it. This is your differentiated marking rubric. So again, technique, you're going to get checked on your technique. If it's outstanding, boom, you get an X here. If it's okay, pretty good, B's. If it's satisfactory, you're passing, great. You're a beginner, but you're passing, good. If you need a bit of work there, if you need a lot of work there, for any reason you didn't hand your task or something happened, you didn't try it as well as you could have, or you didn't even give it an attempt, probably around there. And we want to avoid that, ladies and gentlemen. So please, work hard, work well, okay? Same thing goes for melody and accompaniment. Okay, I won't read this for you. You can read this in yourself. Aim for here, make it clear. No buzzing, no timing issues, as best as you can. And obviously want to try and avoid these boxes over here, which is the D and the E box, okay? So play it well with good technique. Play it in time and make sure you have an accompaniment melody, okay? Which again will be covered in class. And then finally the presentation. Are you doing it alone? And is it a tricky song? Maybe alone or as a group, and it's an interesting or challenging song? Is it a very kind of, okay piece, easy, and it's done as a group or maybe on your own? Is it a super easy piece and then you did it as part as a group or on your own? And finally, did you choose an easy piece but not quite pull it off on the day? Excessive giggling, I don't know, you didn't rehearse, you dropped the guitar on someone's foot, heaven forbid. Okay, we want to avoid that because that's in the e-box. Okay, so get as many as you can up here in the A's, ladies and gentlemen. Then that will average out your final mark out of 20 in this case, and you'll get your final outcome A, B, C, D, or E. All right. There's some additional information. Please refer to that in your own time. And most importantly, do the formative homework. All of this, very important to do. Go research this. This is how you're going to get better. If you don't do the formative stuff, the summative stuff is going to be tricky. So this is for you to do on your own. I'm not going to mark it. No one's going to check it. But I hope that you do it and you bring it to me and I give you tips and I help you. That's the point. Personal research, please, ladies and gentlemen. Take some interest in your learning. So I can't do everything for you or miss, depending who's teaching you. So please take your time, do your research. Look this up into YouTube. Look how to play some chords, how to play some scales. That's for your soloing, how to stay in time, personal expression. Okay, and these are some of the class songs that we did here on the right-hand side. You can choose those if you'd like, but you don't have to. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all that we need, and that is all that you need in order to succeed with your task. Any questions, let me know. Please find your class again on Google Classrooms. Find where you are. Make sure it's under classwork. You can also write me there directly, write any questions, and or email sir. But the best thing is to just come talk to me personally in class. We wish you all the best for your performance task this term, ladies and gentlemen. Have fun, enjoy it, and thank you for paying attention to this tutorial by Mr. Contreras.